Okay, King Jeff, what are the 2 words for Mike? And I will give him his third. Speak loud.
Boredom.
Okay, boredom. That's good.
And
Jeff? No?
Zinc.
Boredom
And zinc, okay.
and zinc.
Okay.
My final word is going to be Matt.
Okay, Matt is shirtless, and he's in the field by himself, and he's scared, so he pees in his pants. So he grabs a gun, and he puts
Where'd
it
he
in
get
his
the gun?
head. Oh, in his pants. Sorry,
If he peed in his pants, he got his ammunition wet.
Oh, no. The pee's right here. It's right here. The gun's right here. So,
He could have had his you-know-what on the side and just shoot into the pocket.
okay, let's see. Well, okay, that's a good point. Anyway, that'll go with the story. And so he grabs the gun, and he gets scared. And he looks and makes sure at the revolver to make sure, I don't think you do this in storytelling, but to make sure that there's bullets in there. So then,
How many bullets?
there's only 3.
Only 3?
Only 3, but he...
What happened to the other 3?
He gets scared. He must have used them or maybe forgot to put them in. You know, Matt.
Yeah.
And anyway, and then he gets scared. So he hears a sound, and he shoots the gun.
What kind of sound?
Oh, it's a kaboom sound, crushing sound.
Kaboom sound?
Yes, I don't know what the hell that would sound like.
Kaboom? Not Sonic Boom?
No. Actually, he was not. There was no Street Fighter characters there, or was there? Maybe there was.
Yeah.
And there's a crashing sound, and so he shoots the gun. But
So it went from crashing to kaboom.
guess what the gun doesn't shoot?
Crash is louder, softer than kaboom. So which is it?
Kaboom. So it's not as loud or distinctive as a crash. And
Okay.
shoots the gun. But guess what? It doesn't fire. All out of zinc. Ugh. And then,
Explain to the audience, how does zinc work with a gun?
well, the zinc actually tips the edge of the lead, so shooting them. It basically ignites the fuse.
Okay.
Yeah, that's as good as I can get.
Okay, Melville.
Okay, that's as good as I know Herman Melville, so I can't describe in agonizing detail about that.
That would take 5 minutes up.
I should that one. That's his secret. That's how Herman Melville would get out.
That's how he wrote a novel.
That's how he wrote Moby Dick.
Or should we call you Michael Crichton?
Michael Crichton would just talk about see, the guns were made back in blah 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 blah, and the blah blah. He would just do the whole history. Michael Crichton is interesting in that sense, but sorry,
what's Matt up to?
And it's nighttime. He's out in the field, and let's just say it's on Clairville Road. You know, it's my own.
Clarabelle?
Yes, and then there's and he's in the rice field, in the rice paddy, and all the it's of course yellow because it's dead. It's not in season. So you have to set fire to the rice first in order for the seeds to. Anyway, doesn't matter. And he's looking around, and he's squish, 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 because he's stepping in mud, right? And it was kind of weird. It's mud, but yet it's actually all the.
So is it the mud that you go squish and then when it pops like a fart when you pull your foot out?
Yes, actually, it would be.
You know.
And now you think to himself, if I never got bored, I would never go out here for fun, because his original plan was going out there looking for gold in the rice paddies. Why was he looking for gold in the rice paddies? He's a little off his rocker, a little off his rocker, And so he's looking, and he hears the sound. He doesn't know where any fire. He can't fire because he has no zinc. And why there's no zinc? Because he peed on it. And
Good save.
he's looking around, and he's looking around going squish, 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 and the moonlight is reflecting off this perfectly bald head, and it's blinded bad, another bad, but blinded like Owl, and Owl crashes it, and that was from Crash. And Owl crashed and died, but that's not it. He's still walking around. It feels a little bit better, and then he hears a thumping sound, squishing sound, like somebody's walking in the rice paddies. And he looks around and he can't see anything, and he's walking and walking, and he hears a squish, squish, and every time he stops, he looks around. He doesn't know what it is. And then he sees this shadow, the moonlight shadow, actually. Because sometimes, the moon's like the sun, how it reflects, and there's actually shadows in there.
So basically, Michael Crichton, what you're going to tell us is the cycles of the moon. So basically,
There's actually
he's on the full moon.
Yes, that's right. The full moon. Actually, interesting thing, werewolves actually don't form because of full moons. It's because of the full bright moon. They didn't understand that a full moon only happens once every 20. Sorry. Anyway, and then he hears a, and he's like, no, it's just a coyote. So he's still walking and walking. And he looks around, he can't see anything. And then he feels his hands fall down to his ankles. And then the thing pushes him down and grabs him and starts humping him. making love to her.
Mayonnaise wasn't one of your words.
And then this beast of a man, we'll call him David, it's going, and he hears the breath on the back of his neck. And the man we'll call Matt. And last name, we'll just say B. Starts with a B.
Like Burkett?
Like Burkett. Is crying. But he holds his tears in because he doesn't want to show fear.
Because juggalos don't show fear?
He does not want to be raped in the ass. And then...
They just sing about it.
and then he hears a... And then he feels some warm liquid entering his rectum. And here's a...
Why don't you give us the whole detail of how this works now?
And then it's gone. And Matt's by himself, lying in the pile of mud with his pants down to his ankle. And then...
Are you quite proud?
And then he tries to go for his cell phone. But guess what? Because of the water, no zinc. And so he can't use his
There's
cell
zinc in the cell phones too?
Yes.
Where at?
I'm not sure. I'm taking all this. That's actually a Simpson joke.
Okay, Brandon.
So that's completely unoriginal on my part.
You're now going to tell us about Slayer, so you've been wrong.
I don't know too much about Slayers, but I do know the group Slayer, and that's a good point.
They all came in and took advantage of Brandon. Matt was laying there.
Matt was laying, and the group of Slayer, and the lead singer who's the Hispanic
Or
guy.
did they sit there in the swamp pads playing the Love theme music?
That too, but now they're done. Now they want a piece of the action. So they bring up Matt, and they all drag him down to the bottom of the pit of the rice paddies, and he will never was seen again.
Kind of like Slayer.
Kind of like Slayer. And that's my story. So I hope
You got about 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
Oh, okay. And then when he's going down into the mud, bubbles come up.
The bubbles that fart?
Bubbles that actually some of them do. And then in the morning, back at the ranch, my dad gets up and goes, Mike, where's Matt? And he goes, I don't know where Matt is. We should look for him. I think he just walked home. I think he got angry because he always gets his headaches. And so he went home. Okay. That's good. Well, he can be more like Matt. Then he runs.
Is that the end of it?
And that's the end of the story.
Why Mike can't be more like Matt is the moral of the
That's the
story?
moral of the story. Every story needs a moral. So, hope
Are
you
you
guys
proud
enjoy
of yourself that you beat Jeff?
Actually, I kind of like Jeff, but it was just too, it was fantasy, not war, but I actually liked your story.
No, it was just simply, where the train of thought was at that moment.
Yeah, it's not bad, so.
Actually, you did very well considering...
Yours revolved around mayonnaise, and that wasn't one of your words?
Well, I had to extend the...
Wouldn't put an image to in horror with that ideal.
Yes, they would. Back in the 80s, they had movies about that, sir.
Yeah, but in the way that you're setting the classic victim tone right there,
You just extrapolated on that idea. That was very well done.
Yeah, we'll have to give you that.
Take it out.
Thank you.
You actually did something
Actually,
right.
I did better than that Brandon one, which in my story that I thought that would have been better, but it didn't turn out very well, but I'm throwing...
Oh, the one that's in your head.
Well, remember, he interrupted you.
Well, but I did interrupt him too, so I guess
Okay,
it's
so
all...
it's tit for tat.
Yeah, tit for tat.
Yeah, we can say that, ladies and gentlemen.